Hey guys, I'm Austin.
And I'm Mitch.
And this is Super Platinum Achievement. Nintendo has, once again, given us a big surprise by not giving us a big surprise. We'll get into that right after this. Hey everyone, if you are new here, make sure you go and hit that subscribe button down there. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton.
It does.
If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And also go check out the giveaway tab that we have. We have a playlist of giveaways, and we might have one going on right now, and you can win some free stuff. That's pretty cool. It's pretty simple, so go ahead and check that out. But yeah, Nintendo, we already kind of covered their new Nintendo Switch, just Nintendo Switch OLED, I guess is how it's been
Nintendo Switch OLED
phrased.
model. Mm-hmm.
And that is literally all it is. There's not much difference. It just literally has an OLED screen.
Slightly bigger, OLED, and a new redesigned dock.
Yes.
Oh yeah, better speakers and more internal memory. So there's a couple other things in there, but
it's like a soft upgrade to the Nintendo Switch. I know we've been talking months, almost feels like a year now. I think it almost has been. We've been talking rumors of the new Nintendo Switch, which we speculated about being 4K and it just obviously bigger with a better resolution, upgraded dock and things like that. It's just these rumors kind of float around, and turns out none of it panned out. Nintendo did what Nintendo does and released something very underwhelming, which is kind of upsetting. I think Mitch and I are kind of both on the same side of we're not going to buy it because it's not enough of an upgrade from the current Switch where we can justify spending $300 on this new Switch. $350, yeah. So it's even more expensive. It costs more, and you use the same Joy-Con, so you still have the issue with Joy-Con drift.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are you doing? It's not...
Yeah, I was telling Austin earlier, to me, it just seems like they did all these things that should have been done in the first place. Like, putting the LAN cable capability in the dock itself should have been there in the first place. Having an OLED screen should have been there in the first place. The better speakers, obviously, you could have the kickstand. It was just a poor design in the first place. I mean, all these things were like fixing the mistakes they made, but we didn't actually get any upgrades. I mean, still a 720p screen. That's just ridiculous. They have
not even a 1080. I mean, if they could just at least even 1080 would have been fine, or even a 1440, maybe they could have done that and just do like an upscaled 4K, kind of similar to the PS4 Pro and something like that.
1440 when docked, 1080 on the handheld itself. That would have been enough of an upgrade to, I think, justify it even then. But nothing. Or release this along with some new Joy-Cons. That would have been maybe worth it as well. But
same Joy-Cons. Yeah,
this reminds me of a lot of the DS family, though. If you remember when the DS came out, it was about every 2 years they released a new version of that. So we had the Nintendo DS, and then we had the DS Lite, and then we had the DSi. So this is kind of like the DSi version. The DSi had the bigger screen and was thinner.
So you're telling me we're waiting for the 3DS version of the Switch,
exactly,
and then we're talking.
Which is basically a new console. Obviously, the 3DS was a new console in itself, but still played the DS games. So I think that's what we might be seeing. But, we can talk about that in a different video. All around, though, we're talking about how Nintendo is just the most disappointing company out there right now. Because not only did they disappoint everybody with this, I mean, to their credit, I guess they never officially said that we were getting this, but everybody expected it. Because even the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, those got some big-time mid-gen upgrades, and we thought Nintendo was going to do the same thing.
Nintendo, they're quiet for a whole year, and we figured they're saving up all these huge announcements. I mean, we had all these anniversaries this year for Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Metroid, all these big game franchises from Nintendo, and we've gotten pretty much nothing. We got a couple of Zelda things here and there. We know the sequel to Breath of the Wild is coming, but not till late next year. We haven't got anything from Donkey Kong, and we got nothing from the new Metroid Prime 4. I mean, we got Metroid Dread announced, but that's only part of the story. And then it's just like what has Nintendo been doing?
I know. I mean, Donkey Kong is one of their biggest franchises, and it's turning 40. I mean, that's big, and like literally not a single thing. And we expected all this because of the way they treated Mario's 35th anniversary last year. I mean, last year Mario's 35th got a ton of love. We got a ton of new Mario swag. We got several new Mario games. We got Mario, the Mario Game & Watch, as well as the Mario 35. Yeah, and we thought they were going to do something similar with Zelda, but we got about a third of that. We did. Obviously, we're getting the Breath of the Wild sequel. We did get the Zelda Game & Watch, which we did actually predict that.
Gonna interrupt you just real quick. The Breath of the Wild sequel, we all kind of knew was coming. That wasn't reliant on Zelda's
Exactly, that was happening anyway.
So we can't put that in there. I mean, obviously got the Skyward Sword remaster or whatever. But
yeah, we're getting Skyward Sword HD along with a new amiibo. But that's about it. The Game & Watch. Oh, and the new Joy-Con Zelda edition, which will be great for collectors if you don't want to touch them, because if you use them, they're gonna last 6 months and then start drifting on you. So
yeah, oh boy.
But
nothing for Donkey Kong and very little for Metroid. So it's just been kind of upsetting, Nintendo. Like, what are you doing? You were in position to really take over the market because your Switch is selling incredibly well. Yeah. Outselling everything, and if you just get these major big time games coming out for a nice 4K Switch, you would have killed. You would have absolutely killed. But I don't.
And I know a lot of us were wanting to see that maybe this new Breath of the Wild sequel would be able to be played on at least, upscaled 4K at 60 frames a second, because, Breath of the Wild had several spots where it had a lot of frame rate drops. And even the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, if you watch my review, that's one thing that I noticed a lot, was a lot of frame rate drops. Yeah. And we could have really benefited from a CPU upgrade to be able to get rid of that.
Nothing. It's just Nintendo.
So, Nintendo, I don't know what the heck they're doing. On top of that, though, we're getting the Skyward Sword HD, and they're still charging $60 for it. That's insane.
At most a $40 game.
That's what, a $40 game, because, I mean, you see these, remasters come out for...
Mario 3D All-Stars...
there's another one that was disappointing. Mario 3D All-Stars, yes, it came out, but they didn't do anything to it. They were simply ports. They didn't give us HD remasters or anything.
But they also didn't charge us $60 for it. So.
No, they didn't charge $60, but a great one to compare it to is the Mass Effect trilogy. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out and is $60 for 3 games. Yeah. Yet we're going to pay $60 for
there is a noticeable upgrade in Mass Effect. I'm sure the Skyward Sword has a noticeable upgrade, but Wii to the Switch, but still, it's like full price for a game that's essentially just an HD port.
Yeah, for a 10-year-old game. So, it's crazy.
I don't know what's going on over there. I think you had it in your hands, Nintendo, and you're just letting go.
Yeah,
because
and even I've been the biggest Nintendo fanboy forever, and they are starting to tick me off because they just don't seem fan-centric anymore, and they haven't for a while. They are not listening to the fans. They're just being, they're doing money grabs.
And they have all the money in the world to be developing all these products and making like the best thing they possibly can. I mean, Nintendo always was on the forefront of innovation for video games, and stuff didn't work, but stuff did work that changed video games as we know it. I mean, the Rumble and stuff like that, motion controls. The Switch, was a cool concept and a cool idea, and it kind of changed gaming, but you need to make that next big step.
Make it good enough. And because now it's going to get left in the dust.
It's almost like the Switch OLED model is just like a sidestep.
Yeah, it is.
You didn't go forward. You just moved in a different direction, but not forward.
And we're going to see Switch lose a lot of third-party support because of it, because they're not going to be able to have these brand new games that they're making on these other consoles come out
that are 4K,
Switch.
that have these huge, demanding resources. That these new consoles can handle. The Switch just won't be able to do.
Not even close.
I mean, it struggled for a lot of games that came out to it currently. Wolfenstein, Doom, they all had their major, and Witcher especially had their major cut downs to make it playable on the Switch. And now it's like these new games won't even have a chance to be able to be played on the Switch, because the Switch just won't be able to handle it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have exceptions here and there, like the new Lord of the Rings Gollum is coming to Switch. Somehow they got Apex on the Switch, but if you've tried playing Apex on the Switch, it's not a good experience.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
And the thing is, it's free everywhere else. Why would you buy it get it on the Switch if you have a PlayStation or Xbox or computer? It's free.
It's free. Get it somewhere else,
and it's gonna play better. It's gonna play better on either one of those three. The sad thing is, I feel like if Apex came to phones now,
it'd probably be better.
They probably play better than the Switch.
Yeah.
Because my phone's got a higher resolution than the Switch does. I can tell you that.
Yes, it does. Yeah, and
so
probably about the same processing power, really, to be honest.
If not actually more, to be honest.
And I mean, talking about that though, there's $1,200 worth of technology in a phone, so we obviously don't want to see a new Switch come out that costs $1,200.
True, that is true, but I mean, a lot of that is the camera and all that stuff.
It is, yeah. We got the camera and obviously the data capability and all that. So there's a lot they could cut, but I do think if they tried to do everything possible, then we would see it would be a $500 Switch if they did all that.
You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to having a $500 version of a Switch.
No, if it had everything, no, I'd pay it.
Throw that out there.
Yeah.
So if it was 4K ready and had like amazing processing power and could handle all these new games plus Nintendo games, absolutely. I would do that. But I'm not going to do $350 for a slight screen upgrade and maybe it's going to be a little bit faster.
No.
So
it doesn't make sense. It might have made more sense if it just replaced the current Switch model. Like, oh, here's the new version of the Switch. It's still $300. That's like, okay, sure. For people getting the Switch now, or if your Switch dies or breaks, then, you buy a new one, but you get something better. But charging more? No, I was hoping that if they kept around the current model of the Switch, it'd be $300 for the new one, $250 for the current model of the Switch, and then $150 for the Switch Lite.
The lights. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a great idea.
That would have made a ton of sense. But I think they're going to go the DS family route. We got the Switch in 2017. I believe it was 2007 that the DS came out. I believe. I'm not sure.
I
think that's right. 2007 was when the DS came out. Sorry if I'm wrong. 2009 is when the DS Lite came out, and then 11 is when the DSi came out, and then 13 I believe is when the 3DS came out.
So in 2 more years, we'll get a really good Switch console, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So, 2023, 2024, I think we'll get the big upgrade we all want. And by then, it'll be outdated.
It'll be outdated because they're already going to be working on the next version of the PS5 and Xbox.
Yeah, we'll have the PS5
X,
Pro and the Xbox Series XX or whatever the heck they're going to call it.
Yeah, who knows?
But Nintendo, what the heck are you doing, man? Fix it. Wake up. Get good.
You had it. You're the number one gaming console at the moment. You're losing it.
Yeah, they're they're getting cocky because they are the number one right now, and they think they can get away with anything. But those are our thoughts.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's our thoughts on Nintendo. They are the biggest disappointment in gaming right now. Let us know what you think. Do you disagree with us wholeheartedly? Do you think they're doing great? Or do you agree with us? Let us know in the comments. Also, give us a big thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Check out our giveaway playlist. We like to give away free stuff, like we said at the beginning. And we hope to see you again here on
Super Platinum Achievement.
See you guys.
Bye.